In this episode of our series on intentional community, we're going to talk about sources we found helpful in our life together.
None of those resources are other videos, which is too bad. They are mostly books. But not to worry, if you don't like reading, there's probably an audio version available.
Or possibly even a podcast.
A podcast. You know, I just listened to all 36 hours of Anna Karenina, read by Maggie Gyllenhaal, and it was epic. I'm actually more convinced now that you get more out of a book by listening to it than by reading to it. And then you also don't have the book fall on your face when you fall asleep.
Weirdly enough, I just picked up a copy of that book myself a while ago.
Good for you.
But whatever, let's do our recommendations. So first up is Dietrich Bonhoeffer's Life Together.
Great book.
Let me guess, you listened to the audiobook version of it read by Lin-Manuel Miranda?
Hilarious. Actually, I read the physical book this time. Most people know Bonhoeffer for his courageous stand against National Socialism, but he also briefly tried to live in community, an underground seminary in Poland called Finkenwalde, I think. In the book, he talks about integrating faith into daily life, the balance between community and solitude, learning to be silent, important, Melinda, how to have difficult conversations with fellow community members. You know, it's really good stuff, and it still holds up 80 years later.
Next up is Called to Community. It's a collection of essays from a really diverse bunch of authors, and it's compiled by Bruderhof member Charles Moore. It's intended to be read and discussed together with others, and the point of the book is to actually help the reader build community with others. It's broken into sections. There's a call to community, forming community, life in community, and so forth. For anyone in the process of starting an intentional community, this book's a must. Oh, and I love the opening line of Stanley Hauerwas's foreword to the book. Community is dangerous.
On to the next, Community and Growth by Jean Vanier.
Or, as some call him, Jean Vanier.
Personally, I prefer that to the really annoying NPR correspondent types who go from speaking with a normal American accent to pronouncing foreign words with very foreign accents. You know what I'm talking about? Like, especially the ones who do the Spanish thing. I would do it, but I can't do it. Anyway, Jean Vanier is such an inspiration. If you don't know about him, he founded a communal movement called L'Arche for people with developmental disabilities. And that experience gives his writing, I think, a real authority. Probably the most important theme he hits is that community is founded on frailty, not strength. It's counterintuitive. People who come into a community with an agenda, wanting to do their own thing, will be a disaster for the community. So check out L'Arche online. They have many locations now all around the world, and also check out the book.
Actually, Plough Publishing House is going to be hosting an event here at Foxhill on August 2nd, which will be a book launch for a new biography on Jean Vanier. So that's cool. But then the last resource I would recommend is an essay by Eberhard Arnold, one of the Bruderhof's founders, which was recently published as Why We Live in Community, a Manifesto.
Very edgy. Love the red, design.
It's not so much a how-to guide, but it presents the Christian argument for life together. And the great thing is, this isn't a book or an audiobook you have to go and buy. There's a link to the article right down there in the description below.
We're also putting links for the Foundation for Intentional Community website and the Nurturing Communities Project website. That's something Bruderhof's partnered with, and the Intentional Christian Community Handbook by David Jansen. Those are all good resources.
And that's it. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and please ring the bell so you don't miss our next upload.